Oh. Apologies, I didn't realize you were there. Strange how you've managed to get good at sneaking up on me. Cheek of you. It's not that, well, I may be old, but it's not that my vampire senses are dulling, thank you, with my age. No, it's, I get too absorbed in whatever task I'm focusing on. How are you feeling today? That's good. I noticed your wound's pretty much finished healing by now. Oh, a little while ago, actually. Everything seems in working order, yes? Good, good. You have nothing to complain about. I'm not saying you should, I just checking in, you know, I want everyone who stays here to have a pleasant experience, given that a lot of the reason why people turn up to the sanctuary in the first place is because they are fleeing from an unpleasant experience. I don't expect people to come here and suddenly be better and healed mentally, you know, but I hope at least I can provide a bit of respite. Even if they don't interact much with me, at least this place can offer a bit of respite. We're not interrupting anything, I was dusting. Fairly boring. I didn't realise how I'd neglected doing that for a little bit. This. I suppose it does look a little strange. It is a knife, you are correct. No, I suppose it wouldn't be any good at, cutting through anything. Or anyone. It's not really its purpose. It isn't sharp at all, you can touch it if you like. No, it's not glass, it's made of crystal. It won't hurt you. It's far too bulky and smoothed out to ever actually be able to be used as a traditional knife. It's made of selenite. Do you remember what that is? I know you didn't come here to study, but you seem to have taken a bit of a liking to it. Or at least, perhaps, you're just reading books to sate your boredom while you heal up. Yes, I gave you a piece of it when you first arrived. Yes, they, it is thought to help absorb negative energy. And so having a selenite dagger, whilst not at all functional as an actual weapon, it's more so used for meditation and rituals, cleansing. The idea is that while it's incapable of slicing through any food or flesh, instead it slices through negative energy. And regardless if you believe in all that, it's rather pretty, don't you think? The handle on this one's almost... the hilt, sorry. The end of it's almost carved like a heart. No, I'm not quite used to wielding weapons. In my youth, perhaps, but no, we do have some here, stowed away for emergencies. I'm not so naive to think that, whilst I might prefer to be a pacifist myself, I'm not so naive to think that other people are the same way, or to think that just because I wish that we could all get along, that therefore we are going to. It hasn't happened yet, but there's a chance that someone could choose, or a group could choose to attack the sanctuary. While I say that hasn't happened, we have had the occasional, people come here for sanctuary. Often, but not always, they are fleeing an unpleasant situation. Whether that be people who aren't accepting of them, people who are treating them cruelly, etc. And sometimes the terrible people that our guests are fleeing from, sometimes they pursue them. It's never much of an issue, it's normally only one person trying to demand that they return with them. And in those instances, if they do not leave when asked, well, I may have on occasion had to resort to more persuasive means. But we have wards around the entire sanctuary, and for the most part, they can't get in. Not unless they're quite skilled in magic, which these people tend to not be. But even with the wards up, they can still, I suppose, wander around outside, waiting, and we can't have that. You can't imagine me fighting. No, I suppose I wouldn't really want you to. I don't think you need that image of me in your head. Did you forget I'm a vampire? I was born human, and human lives can be hard. Anyone's life can be hard, but being a freshly turned vampire, the transformation isn't always pleasant, and can be painful, and early on you lack self-control. If you don't have someone around to help, you can be a danger to everyone around you. If you're starving enough. But as you pointed out, I am old, so I have plenty of self-control. Once I didn't. It wasn't my fault, I suppose. I didn't ask to be turned, but here we are. You really are fascinated by this. I could make you one if you'd like. Yes, I carved this myself. Well, there isn't an awful lot to do here. You know, of course I take care of my guests as well as I can, but people come and go. As I've said before, I'm the only permanent resident here. Some people return and visit, but most never stay long term. Or none of them ever stay long term. But the purpose of this isn't for me to find roommates, it's just to help people in need. So I suppose I've picked up a number of hobbies. Yes, that does mean I'm the one who made the hilt look heart-shaped. Why do you find that amusing? You think it's cute? I hope so. What was the intent? Hearts are, well, obviously symbols for love. And as you know, I do worship the gods. All of them, multiple of them, I think. They all deserve respect. Even the ones who seem to be gods of cruel things like war, I think is misunderstood. Does that seem uncharacteristic, that I may be sympathetic to a god of war? Well, did he choose to be the god of war? Do any of them get to choose what they represent? And while war it can be ugly and seem evil, war can be what an oppressor uses to keep people oppressed, but is war then not also the oppressed fighting back? People marching for better rights, is that not war? Perhaps not in the traditional sense, but it certainly is a fight, isn't it? Someone fighting to get out of bed every morning despite their depression. Is a form of fighting, is it not? I think there is goodness in all of the gods. I think he is one of the most misunderstood. I've prayed to him before. Indeed. Not because I wish for war, but I wish to be able to protect others, to be able to fight for them, to have the strength to run this place, care for everyone. You don't just have to pray for him if you want to start a war. You could pray for self-confidence, bravery, safety, strength of any kind. Even if it is just to win a mental battle against yourself. he will answer. In fact, I think he prefers those prayers to the ones begging him for bloodshed, though he is partial to that. I can hardly blame him if that's his food, given I am a vampire. But forgive me, that was a ramble. I do quite like talking about, well, all sorts of things, I suppose. You don't mind? Still, I don't think that's what you were asking about. Right, the dagger. Yes, the heart on it is meant to evoke love. Not the feeling, the being. I don't know what you call him in your part of the world. He's gone by many names. Most don't know him by his true name. I suppose one could argue that his true name is merely love. Where were you coming from? That's right. You might have known him then as Cupid. Eros, perhaps. Yeah. And plenty of the gods have different names in different regions. Though Eros is one with the most names. I don't think he minds. He'll still answer if you call him that. I suppose it's also since his true name could be confusing. Well, for example, imagine if he was called Love. If you were talking about him, some may get confused and think you're talking about the concept, not the being. Though, he is the personification of that concept. At least of romantic and erotic love. And there are plenty of kinds. Those are not the only ways to love another. Would you like me to make you one like this? It would take a while to carve them. If you have a different god in mind, or symbol, or nothing, I don't have to carve it to reference anyone or anything if you don't want. Though, as I say, it would take a while. I'm not sure that... You could always take this one instead, I suppose. Well, I would be remiss of it. Yes, I really mean, I'm not sure if there's time to carve you a new one, is all. No, I'm fine, let me put this down. Avoiding you, I apologize if that seems to be the case. I assure you there's nothing you've done wrong. But in truth, yes. And that isn't fair to you. It's merely, well, like I said, all your injuries are healed up now. And they were some time ago. And, well, surely you'll be off soon. Well, why wouldn't you be? There hardly seems much here for you to do, though I appreciate the chores you have taken upon yourself to do, though I did tell you, you need do nothing to repay anything. Merely tidy up after yourself, keep your room clean. Well, yes, I do remember that. And then, on the first night you spent here, you did ask about, whether I had a partner or an apprentice or anything of the sort. And I do recall being caught off guard by it. And I recall what I said, that I wouldn't be against it. Either of those things. Especially from such a sweet boy like yourself. But we didn't really talk about it again, and I assumed either you'd forgotten or you were embarrassed. That it was sort of the blood loss talking. Well, I didn't mention it again. I didn't want to embarrass you or make you feel pressured to somehow commit to what you'd said when you were half falling asleep. You meant it. You've always meant it. You've been here for some months now, and this place, surely it can't be what you imagined for your life. I mean, you want to what? Stay here long term or more with a lonely old man like me. Don't get me wrong. The people we take in, the people I take in, and the guests are pleasant. And as I say, some choose to return and visit. But it can get quite lonely. As I've said, I try not to get too attached, as they'll inevitably leave and most never return. And I don't blame them for that. I want them to heal and move on, and if leaving this place behind is just a memory helps with that journey, then I would encourage it. Though I've been quite bad at following my own advice. Well, darling boy, I have failed in not getting attached. Hence the avoiding you. I've been trying to distance myself so that it doesn't break my heart as much when you leave. Why wouldn't you want to leave? I appreciate that you have found living here to be pleasant. Wouldn't you want more than this? We're sort of in the middle of nowhere. All you'd have is all these books and, well, me. And, well, I pride myself on trying to be a pleasant person. I have an urge to protect and care for other people in whatever way they require. But I don't know. I don't think I'm a bad option for you, but merely you have so much life in you. I meant it when I said there's so much potential in you when we met. And that you could stay as long as you like. I won't kick you out. So, what if you'd like to stay forever? That's an awful long time, little one. I'm not sure you could even comprehend that. What is that? You want me to read this now? Is this an application? You genuinely want to be my apprentice? I've never really taken on an apprentice before. I'm not really sure what that would constitute. I mean, you don't have to... You certainly didn't have to formally apply. I'm always willing to teach you whatever you wish to learn. You don't need this. You don't need to prove yourself to me on a piece of paper. Did you think I would say no if you just asked? Darling boy, you could never be a burden. Not to anyone. Least of all me. Let me put my cards on the table, so to speak. I have things I probably should tell you. But I need to know. I need you to reassure me that I don't want to be seen to be taking advantage of you. You came here vulnerable and hurt, more than physically, and I was here. I found you, I rescued you, you could say. Not from your past, you did all of that on your own, but just sort of literally from the forest. I don't want you to want to stay, because you either feel as though you need to repay some sort of debt, or have gotten attached to me merely because I helped, or because perhaps no one's ever taken care of you before. Well, no, perhaps that isn't a bad thing, but people come here when they are vulnerable and low and fragile, and I don't want you to think that I've somehow taken advantage of that. That I've somehow seduced you when you were weak and vulnerable and upset. Well, no, I'm not saying I think I've managed to seduce you. That wasn't what I was... You're teasing. I'm not normally so worried about this. I have, on occasion, been intimate with a guest, but not on an emotional... Well, not on a romantic level. If someone really needs comfort and needs to be reminded or showed what a good boy they are, I have on occasion helped with that. But they never plan on staying. They never have stayed. And perhaps I do have a desire in me to have a sweet little boy to take care of. And as I said, cards on the table, if you are certain that I've been good to you, and you're not doing this out of some feeling of obligation or fear that you have to be intimate with me or anything like that because you think I might kick you out. If you don't, that is not the case, and if you're certain you're doing this, you're offering, you want to stay because you want to. Then I shall be honest with you. I said it would break my heart if you left. I tried not to get attached, and yet I did. What can I say? You are beautiful. Not just your looks, that soul of yours. Once I'd realised I'd fallen for you, I started avoiding you. I didn't mean to cause you pain with it, though I realise I probably did. And, truth be told, I had. Of course I want you to stay. I want you to stay. I want you to find comfort in me. I want you to come to me when you feel scared or sad. I want you to see me as your protector. I want to make everything bad in your life go away. I want you to relax. I want to be with you. I don't want you to stay as an apprentice, but as my partner. As my boy. I want to take care of you in every sense of the phrase. My deepest wants and desires. And I want to be able to call you my good boy. And I want you to think of me as your protector. As your daddy, who would never let anything harm his sweet boy. I apologize if any of that, if all of that made you uncomfortable. I just thought, if you are serious about today, you should know everything that I'm feeling, that I want. Sorry, I can't bring myself to look at you. I understand if you've changed your mind and you want to leave. No. I'm not, I'm not asking you to leave. Shh. I won't make you leave. Of course you can stay. Did what I say, perhaps, touch on something that you want to do, or potentially awaken something you want in you. You seem a little flustered and not sure if distressed, but you'll only be distressed if you leave. You really want that life with me? This life? And, well, if you were serious about the apprentice thing, if you want me to teach you magic, of course I can. I'd do that even if you didn't want me. If you want to take up more responsibilities in the sanctuary, I suppose that would be helpful. I do stretch myself a little thin, I suppose, running this whole place on my own. Perhaps in helping other people, you could help find purpose in your life. That's what happened for me, at least. You really want to stay? I know you said I'm not used to people wanting to stay. Even the ones who have wanted me to be like that with them. It's been a nice bit of relaxation for them, I suppose, but then they're on their way. I've never really had a permanent boy. And I don't call you that to make you feel lesser than. I don't see you as lesser than. It's just the instinct in me, I suppose, to want to protect and look after. Well, you. There'd be no one else anymore. Not for me. I suppose maybe all this time I've wanted someone to want to stay. And here you are. More perfect than I could have imagined. Perhaps the gods led you here. And you were wandering in that forest, completely lost, and yet, when you fell into unconsciousness, it was so close to the sanctuary. Perhaps you were a gift to me from them. Oh, I think you are a gift. Even if the only person who's giving you to me is you. Incredibly precious. I want to help you believe that. You think I deserve a gift after all the good I do here? Well, I wouldn't say so myself. And if you think so, I try. Well, if you want to think about it that way, perhaps you finding me in this place was a gift to you. I certainly don't mind seeing myself that way. If that makes you more comfortable. That I'm at your service. Since I am, I think I have been for a long time. I find it quite hard to deny you anything. So, don't think just because I call you little boy, I think you are lesser, less capable, or that somehow you are here to serve me. Because it's quite the opposite. If you want to stay, if you're staying, then I'm yours. You are staying, right? After all that. Sorry, I've been cupping your face for a while. I hadn't really noticed. I try and pull away and you tug me back in by my necklace. I completely meant to mention it and I forgot. Well, when I said earlier about the gods, I suppose perhaps there might be one I prioritize above the rest, but don't tell them that. The symbol is quite a simplified version of a more complicated symbol. But it represents healing and remedies. recovery. You think it's fitting? How so? No, I wasn't laughing. You think I'm the remedy to all your ills? No, it's just when you say it like that, while waggling your eyebrows, it's, quite irresistible, you know. I seem to find everything about you endearing, even the ridiculous things. Sweet boy. Why have you pulled me back in then? Am I not allowed to get back to work? I tease you with... I wasn't trying to tease you, I was merely saying what I feel. I was trying to be honest. I'm not trying to be obtuse or blind to... You, I see. Your heart rate is up quite a bit, isn't it? Am I in trouble, then, for saying those things and not doing whatever it is you wish I had done? I don't wish to... push you into anything before you're ready. No, I hardly think you're going to die if I don't kiss you right this second. But I take your point, then. If you're alright with such physical contact, then. I suppose I should help heal your disappointment. Precious boy. Come here. Is that better? Don't be greedy. I think perhaps we should take things a little slow to ensure that we understand what we want. I suppose now you're staying, I could carve that dagger for you after all. I could teach you how to use this one if you'd like. And there's no conditions to this, by the way. You don't have to want to take part in any of this. Pray, or anything like that if you don't want to. I don't require you to be. To care about religion in order to be here. Alright, if you find it fascinating, I'd like to be able to share it with you. even if you merely just want to learn a little bit of magic for the fun of it. Oh, it doesn't all have to be serious. Whatever you like to learn, I'd like to be able to teach you. So I see that those random sparks of confidence weren't just from the blood loss, then. You seem so sweet. Perhaps almost shy. And then you say things like wanting me to teach you all sorts of things. I can teach you all of that too. I teach you how to be a good boy, but I think you already learnt that all on your own. But I can teach you how to please, and how to take pleasure if that's what you wish. I'm not a prude. But first I have to finish my dusting. You could help. It would pass the time faster. I don't want to rush things. I mean, I hope you've thought about this decision for a while. About staying. As I say, I've fallen into bed before with guests. And it's not been the best for my heart, I fear. If we're going to make a real go of this, I'd like us to spend time together being romantic and affectionate outside of the bedroom. Just so I can feel reassured that this is real and it's happening and you want this. And you're not just going to take me to bed and leave in the morning. And just because I'm the one offering the care and being more in charge doesn't mean I can't feel used. Not that I think you would. Merely just for my old heart's sake. Alright. Yes, you can hold the dagger. Come here. Alright. Wherever's most comfortable for you. As I say, the blade can't hurt. Just like that. Close your eyes. I want you to try and concentrate on what you can feel, not what you can hear or see or physically touch. But if you can feel anything emotionally in the air, as I say, the point is to cut through negative energy. Thank you all so much for watching, my lovelies. Reminder that I have a Patreon. If everyone who subscribed to me gave me just £1 a month, that would help me out a lot, allow me to move out and keep making audios in a safer environment. Rewards of being a patron of mine include access to my Discord, ad-free streaming and downloads of all my audios, and 2 exclusive spicy audios a month, with at least 1 per month picked from your requests if you join the top fledgling tier, and more. I also stream on Twitch most Mondays, Fridays and Saturdays, and have an Etsy shop called Empty Masks where I sell fan art and original art. My Etsy also has stickers and other merch of my audio original characters under the Vampire Prince section of my shop. My art commissions are also currently open. Audio commissions are currently closed. A thank you to my patrons, my fledglings, Andy Christ, Cello Moon, Lauren Lovett, Sazzy NK, Ebony Void, Fruit Island, Rain Cloud, CL, Nerd Herder, Ollie Mac, Rice Puffs, Ruby Red Gem, Carry On, Livia Nacito, Euronaughty, Asterash, Percy, Hell, The Solaces, Tiffany Boyer, Nothing to See Here, Void, Zoe Madder, River Heights Puff, Joanna Cole, Roses in Blue, Ray Gart, Sweethearts Die, Emily, Sweet Jade, Kit, Arcane, N, Emery, Zorn Enby, 675309, Goth Muppet, Peachy, Pumpkin Pie 23, Nicole Thompson, Dahlia, Valkyrie Ace, Despair, Caitlin Mitchell, Faith, Lithandralis, Dawn Robin, Persephone Black, Lady D, Fuchs Love for Music, Love the XA, Beautiful Thorn, Cecilia, Fern, Persephone Porris, Seo, Doomfrog, Sammy, Cue the Cats, Alpaca Avalanche, Philip Demeron, Steph, Chris Vickman, Mark, Late Night Vibes, Demonics Anxiety, Deanna, Jam, Ethereal Viking, Wibbles, Jazz, Emily, Vic, Nye, Abdessin, Amara Keen, Alyssa, Josie Moser, Pluto, Calix A. Cross, The Sleeping Poet, Faith, Next Time On, Sligay Goober, Breezy Bot, Next, Goober, PyCham13, Asta Sarah, Rowan the Hunter, J, Strawberry 897, Faruk Volker, Shelpst, True Starshine, Cabo Cups, SH7, Ophelia, Strawberry Jam, Deleth, Incognita, Zelko Salts, Freak of Nature, Desifal, Green Fog, Ace of Hearts, Sister of War, Gabrielle Simpkins, Charlie, Celia W, Bookstore Cryptid, Joelle McRae, Max Little Spoons, J Aries, Ace, Delirious, Raven G, Ellie B, Skybound, Sunny, Dak and Luke, Jordan Ratliff, Elixir Key of Destiny, David Moser, Ost, XOXO, Virgie, Willow Orange, Lindsay Houston, Coffee Pot Cat, Love Lahel, Annie or Alice, Alf, Tucker Grave 3, Rio Plushie, Momo99, Thembo Supreme, Ditto, Matata, Grimbean, Maypop, Piers, There's Something Happening, Alex B, Illyra G, Marco 01, M, Mason, Warner Yako, Dal, Planet MB, Katie, Maria Davis, Jania, Omen Warn Them, PT, Daniel Wolf, Peachy Sakura, Crested Blossom, X Profane X, Abbycat16, Skylar Sheridan, I Am My Family's Loki, Olivia Osman, Elizabeth, Cassius, Iceberg, Avery, Artemis Amaritsu, Ember Rain, Fishy78, Golden New, Plant Cato, Frosh, The Silent Star, L, Kyle, Undercover Clown, Chrissy, Jansa Jopar, Wolf with a Book, Primrose Path, Ducky, Bob Zed, Bumble Baby, Agenda Techno, Silently Chaotic, Error, Des, Ica111, Swirly Sultana, Inovirus, L, Untrustworthy Narrator, Rinstorm, Will, Sepide, Blue Frame, Pumpkin, AMC1720. Effie, Mixed Murder, Phil the Caffeinated Crow, Junext, Molly, Hero, Albar Obsessed, Quinn, SL, The Kraken, Master of Tea, Marina, Cat, October, Six Rabbits, Red Raccoon, Bexy RMW, Red Velvet Rose, Rowan Torquil, Fantasy Princess, ASDF, Tiffany Sonotti, Ambrose, Midnight Whisper, Antichrist Socialite, Daniel D. Desjardins, Chaos Fox, Kyrain Panthera, Winter and Bone Zero, Ash, Salamander Zakul, Sumire, Philogena, Naj, Lysander, Black Seraphim 7, Heaven, Lucas Walker, Sequoia, Emily, Ash, Adventurous Winter, Kiara Ebley, Felix, Sam, Actually Static, Chris 07, Little Adventurer, Lost in Space Max, Alex, Lavender Lucius, Green Blue, El's Collection of Teeth, Angelus, Rachni, Caspi is Here, Alex Senpi, Sakura the Neko, Lulu Boy, Luna Moth, LEC, Bram Shelley, Bloody Wren, Grayson, Renee Person, Gabriel Sandberg, Cinny Bunny, Rosecat, The Boy with No Name, Car, Blue Cheese Cactus, Lex Frazier, Haz, Moon Melancholia, Necromania, Vexed and Hexed, Mothman, Cobalt, Obscure Oni, VRO8, Sam Nana, Vivi, Daisy Jones, Leaf, Alistair, Spooky Quest, Catastrophe 1742, Blue, Alec Wums, Mingus Owen, Jay the Bat, Becca, Caitlin Miskell, E, CC, Banshee, Fluffy Dushy, Pickafeck, Irina Shukina, Jaden Rose, Kit Bird, Soul Lesser, Jack, Dionysus, Shadow 071108, Charlie Andy 101, Demiriel, Uh-Oh, Leviathan, Courtney McLaren, Morgan, Vincent, Camiel Peterson, Costal Bumbun, Umiel, Fox, Ali, Benj, 100 Bunnies, Apple XX Pop, Jake from State Farm, Ainsley C, Ranger Lee, Lover Bull Bull, Louis, Random NB, Jin, Jodie Marie, Nova Dickinson, Ghost Mutt, Artist Lover, Tom Jaden, Lanky the Grave Robber, Kilroy, Loon Aries Galaxia, Mac, Coy, Shay, Riv, Fluffy Puffs, Devil Videl, Kilgore, Fairy Pill, Charlie Rue, Ariana Rivera, Black Crane, Red Wren, Elise Jonier, Twisted Doll, The Next Sunrise, Simple, Dollar Bills, Mickey Lucky, Ellie Becken, Adrian, and Derry. And a thank you to my familiars: Saladuria, Spatial Oddities, Jocelyn, Jessica Louise Forsyth, Tusklight, Emma Stone, and Maggie Kangas.